going to prep my skin by just removing all the excess oils using the One Step Cleansing Pad from COSRX. This is actually the Green Hero Calming Pad, and I've used the other kind of the original One Step Cleansing Pad. I finished it and I decided to give this a try. Formulation, not too much different. I just like the fact that it has a textured surface. So it's really like soothing, and it also just gives you a little bit of texture to remove any dead skin or dried skin. Next, I'm using the Biore Aqua Rich Sunscreen. Just finishing it. I think I don't have much left already. So what I noticed with her makeup is that she really looks super poreless. Most of the time, at least for her makeup, she looks like she's wearing something pretty full coverage because I don't see any natural skin kind of peeking through, and it looks pretty mattified. Because I don't really like using powder, I'm probably going to put a mattifying primer to help with oil control and help with the enlarged pores so that it will look a lot more smooth. So let's just do that first. So I'm using this Pore mattifying kind of primer from Revlon. Looks like that. It's pretty kind of thick, but not super thick, as in like your regular silicone kind of primers, so it will spread a little bit better, and you can find this in the drugstore, so that's great. So I will apply this on my T-zone as well because that's where I typically get quite oily throughout the day. I'm going to use the Journ Beauty Color Corrector in Kauai, which is a little bit of a deeper orange. I do have quite severe dark under eye circles, so I just want to neutralize that using a little bit of a color corrector before I apply the foundation, because her skin does look very well put together, and yeah, I don't see any discoloration under her eyes. So I'm just going to use a neutralizer in a form of a color corrector, and because I'm trying to keep this makeup look recreation kind of really affordable, so this is from Revlon as well. I'm in 30 light medium. It's their Candid concealer. So I'm just applying concealer first so that we don't have to overdo it with the foundation. And typically every day I would just stop at concealer also, because I think like it may be a little bit too heavy on my skin especially, but we'll see how much coverage we can get to recreate this Emily in Paris look. Using a dense brush, I'm just going to pat in the concealer. I'm going to be mixing the Candid foundation from Revlon, 1 pump of this with 1 drop of rosehip oil from Chantecaille, just so that I can loosen the formula up and give it a little bit more of a natural glow rather than a flat matte. Just going to just 1 drop or maybe 2, because the Candid foundation, even though it is a pretty natural finish, I do find sometimes that it can be a little bit thick. But once you blend it out, it's beautiful, and especially with facial oils, you can see how that like smoothen it out and it will look really gorgeous on the skin. I'm just going to spread a thin layer around my face, just blending it out with a kabuki brush. Alright, using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, just gonna lightly set my face. And then using the Airbrush Bronzer in the shade 2 Medium, and it's huge. I'm just going to lightly, very lightly, just contour these areas. It does seem like she has very subtle shading, so pick a bronzer that is like maybe 2 tones darker than your skin tone, nothing that is too obvious. Ashy tone greys will also work for sculpting purposes. Dipping in, just clench the fibers of the brush, and I'm just gonna go lightly on the sides of my nose. Alright, now we're gonna tackle the brows. Not sure if you guys can see, but she clearly has very thick natural brows, and Lily Collins naturally has really thick brows. So we're gonna try to mimic it, but I'm not gonna overdo it because it'll definitely look really unnatural, but aiming for like that kind of an intensity. So don't be surprised if I'm overdrawing. So I think I roughly got the shape. She has quite a high arc and quite a thick front area. I will try to add a little bit more fibers in the front. but I'll replicate it on the other side and get back to you. And going in with the Ready Set Brow from Benefit, which is a clear brow gel. I actually did want to use a tinted brow gel, but I feel like I need to spread the product in the front of the brow because it did catch on to some of my dry points, so I need a clear brow gel to sort of spread the product out a little bit. And anyway, I do have like pretty long brow hairs. I'm just trying to kind of comb them upwards so it looks like I have extreme brows in the front, like Lily Collins, which obviously I don't, but they're pretty bushy at this point because I haven't groomed them in like years. So I'm going to use the bronzer we used earlier as my crease shade and just kind of roughly applying that all over the crease. Just make sure it kind of carves out a definitive lid space. You don't have to be too precise with it because we're going in with darker matte browns. Using the Master Matte palette by Makeup by Mario, it has a great selection of matte browns. So I'm going to use this darker brown on the outer crease like I mentioned. Just patting it kind of at the outer third, this area. Actually, this look is pretty easy to recreate. I feel like it's very what I usually do already, but it's just kind of pairing the lip colors. And also I saw an article about the makeup artist's comments on what lip colors she actually used throughout the shows, and I actually have them, and I did use them at one point, but I'm not sure why I stopped. So it's just great to pull out what I already have. Alright, to highlight kind of this white area we have going on, I'm going to use like a combination of these two with my fingers, and kind of just to bring a little bit more definition to the inner third of the eye, so that you know when you look down, when your eyelid's fully extended, there is a bit more dimension. Alright, and just kind of lightly refining it with the same browns we used earlier, just to make sure everything is seamlessly blended together. I'm gonna lightly kind of tight line my outer lower lash line with the darker brown as well. I don't think she wore any eyeliner, but you can definitely use like a dark brown on the lash line, but I don't feel like it's that necessary. Just gonna smoke out the lower lash line a little bit. Alright, and that's done. Just gonna put on my mascara, which is always gonna be the Heroine Make one, but I'll get back to you. Hit my lashes already. I used the Heroine Make Volume and Curl one because I need to add a little bit more volume to the root of my lash because she has very luscious and thick lashes. Okay, so this part I'm not too sure, but to play safe, I'm just gonna apply blush because it does look like she has something peach. I can't tell if it's because, you know, typically bronzer and something like this, like a peach tone, does have similar undertones, so she could just be using her bronzer as a blush, but I'm gonna just apply this peach tone because I do think it just adds a little bit more color to the skin, and also it pairs really well with brown tones. This is from Patrick Ta. It's She Sincere, his matte blush. Alright, so I'm doing her daytime look, and I'm just gonna apply a little bit of lip balm so it will help the lip liner kind of glide on a little better. Any lip balm will work. The one I'm using is from PIXI. It's a vitamin C lip balm. So cute, right? But it's really just to help the lip liner glide on. So for her everyday look, or at least the one where she was taking the selfie with like her camera, I deliberately got this Casetify case so that I can take a thumbnail similar to hers, but I am off the point. The lip liner she used was Lip Cheat from Charlotte Tilbury in Pillow Talk, and look how little I have left. I always use this lip liner, but I prefer Iconic Nude because it's not so pink, but this is the lip liner she used. Okay, and mixed in together with the lip liner is from MAC Velvet Teddy, their matte formula. Looks like that. Alright, so that's the full recreation of the Emily in Paris everyday look, but also just wanted to drop another tidbit. The red lip that she used in the night out scene, the one where she went to the ballet, I think, with, you know, that guy that she was on a date with, is from Pat McGrath. It's their matte trans lipstick in Obsessed. So this is the red lipstick that she used, and yeah, all available at Sephora, which is really great. I had thought because she was a Lancome ambassador, a lot of this makeup would have been from kind of Lancome or like, you know, Estee Lauder and that kind of thing, but no, it was actually pretty easy to recreate, and I'm glad the lip options I already have. Super good lip options because Charlotte Tilbury does the best lip liners, MAC Cosmetics does the best matte lipsticks, and Pat McGrath has really solid bold lippies. So yeah, if you guys want to pick any of these up, I'll leave the links inside the description box. And if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Please leave a comment. I would love to kind of have more engagement with you guys, because I do feel like sometimes we don't really talk as much and I'm just creating content for the sake of it sometimes. But this look was something that I was really keen on doing, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, clearly I'm definitely gonna be wearing this look a lot. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!